All right, happy days.
I got a cup of tea.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Wait. What's up, everyone? It's Ramon and Jim. Here we are in our new level 5 lockdown setup, which we're running tonight. Our new rig. Obviously, me and Jimmy are not allowed because we're not allowed in the same room. But anyway, here we are. We've zoomed Jimmy in tonight. We've zoomed in a little bit of the Milky Way here behind us. We're a bit spaced out tonight. And this is going to be our new setup for the next couple of weeks. Sorry we missed you last week. Me and Jimmy have just been trying to come up with a new way that we can still run our online virtual experience and bring you the news. We're doing the best that we can. So this is what we've come up with.
It's amazing, man. It's actually a miracle of modern day science. Give me a fist bump there, yeah?
Fist bump. Fist bump.
Nice. And here, are you going to be honest about what happened last week or not?
Why? What happened last week?
Well, with our last video, man.
All right. Well, what was the reason then? I can't remember. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. We did have a video. Sorry. We did have a video shot last week, but I, being the muppet that I am, I accidentally dragged it with another thing that I was dragging off my desktop into the trash bin, because you know the way when you highlight something on your desktop and you drag across, the box accidentally dragged the WMV file and put it in the trash, and I emptied the trash and realised that I had deleted last week's video, so hence the reason that we're back here again. So hopefully we're gonna nail it this week. We've a lot to talk about, Jimmy, don't we?
Oh, plenty on this week. Heaps going on.
Okay. Do you want to go? You want to start?
No, I reckon you should go, because I was pretty thought the old water on the moon thing was pretty cool this week.
Okay, so NASA's cool. NASA's Sophia airplane, which is a moon stratospheric observatory of infrared astronomy.
Wow,
that's quite a mouthful. Basically, they've been flying really, really high in the stratosphere and looking out towards the moon. And they have managed to find some water on a sunlit section of the moon. So they've realised now that the water doesn't actually only exist in the dark shadowed areas, that it may be distributed equally across the entire moon itself. I mean, I have a feeling that they've already known all this all along, and they're just kind of going, by the way, we just found a little bit more water on the moon now, you know, like we didn't know that, like they didn't know that already. Do you know what I mean? When did they land when did they first walk on the moon? 1969, and nothing has happened between 1969 and now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know you've got some big questions about that.
Oh, I've got big questions about the moon. You know, look at the technology that's landed in our hands in the past 10 years, lads. Do you know what I mean? What a jump it's been in the past 10 years. What's happened since 1969? Anyway, very, very interesting. Anyway, it's great that they're coming out and admitting now that they found water on the moon. So this could have huge implications now to find out like how, because water is such a huge source of life, probably one of the most important, if not the most important element for life. How does water survive out there, and where does it come from? Very interesting. So be interesting to see where they go from here with this stuff, you know.
That's a trip. So if you've got water and you got on the sunlit side a few seeds, what are we growing trees on the moon next? What's the story there?
Who knows? Maybe they're doing it already.
Too cold. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's pretty interesting.
It's really interesting.
I thought we would have known that by now, or like this was a surprise that it was even news, but. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
they were studying all the craters, and they found H2O molecules in the Clavius crater, which is interesting because remember in 2001: A Space Odyssey, the moon that they were having, that they found the monolith on, was Clavius. Woo!
Nice.
Yeah.
Everything's starting to join up there.
Everything's starting to join up. I mean, Kubrick, you know, he knew his shit, didn't he?
He was out in front, yeah.
So, what's up next in the news, Jimbo? What else have we got going on this week?
Well, Yeah, my two bits of news this week are fairly sobering. I don't know if end up doing that every week, but I was reading some research by two American researchers, Peter Brannan and Pasquale Raya, and they took another look at the fossil record, and they used climate modelling to really, and what they've done really is illustrate the fragility of the human species. And what they've done is put in context how long we've been here in terms of cosmic history. So humans have really been around for 10 billionth of cosmic history so far. And what they're heading towards is we've just named a new epoch after ourselves, as it happens. And these blokes are saying that was a pretty arrogant thing to do. So when we started the atomic age in the 1950s, and this was really the period where human activity started to be the dominant force on climate and the environment on Earth. And we've now called that the Anthropocene period.
Yeah.
And so that was a big call. And what these blokes were saying is, like, that was pretty arrogant because, like, all of the stuff we've built will pretty much be destroyed by tectonic plates and erosion and that over the next few million years. So he's saying we're going to be lasting nowhere near as long as, like, the dinosaurs did, which was like 225 million years, and that was an epoch. So, the way we're heading.
Yeah, we're a flick in time.
Yeah,
quite literally.
These guys are saying, like, why did you name a whole epoch after us when really
we're not even here now?
Get over this. Yeah. So they took a look at humans' capacity to survive past climate change events, and they were saying even with tools and interbreeding with Homo sapiens, some of those previous species like the Neanderthals and Homo erectus, they were totally wiped out by past climate change. So they say this serves as a real warning for humans today, and I have to say I agree with that. And I guess it's more evidence that prevention is better than a cure when it comes to our own survival.
Yeah. And
that we really need to get off fossil fuels as soon as we can. So that really brought it home for me, because I'm sort of like working in that game, trying to help us save ourselves from ourselves. There was a quote from Pasquale there. He said of modern day humans, he said, we're soaring away at the very branch that we're sitting on by causing climate change. I thought that was that was a really, really interesting comment.
Yeah, chirpy, eh?
Chirpy news for me. Back to you, Ramon.
No, it's interesting though what you're saying. It's true. It's true. We do need to get our shit together. And if anything has taught us this year, is that we need to look after each other first and foremost. Is look after each other, because if we don't look after each other, we can't look after the rock, can we? So let's start there, folks. And it all starts with number one as well. Look after yourself first. Make sure that you're healthy and that's another thing. That's another thing with the whole the COVID thing. Okay, like we're told every day, or here's the numbers. Here's many people are dying. Here's how many cases that we have. Here's how many people are getting shot on farms, and here's how many deaths we're having. Here's how many road crashes. But no one is talking about the big elephant in the room for me, which is the immune system. Do you know what I mean? This thing attacks the immune system and the respiratory system. Here's some things you can do to boost your immune system. Vitamin D3. Been saying this since last year. Vitamin D3. Zinc. Magnesium. Vitamin C. Exercise. Meditation. Cold water. Nature. Right? Surely that should be a list on the news. This should have made the 9 o'clock news. But it didn't, so it's crazy stuff, guys, what's going on out there at the moment. Just goes to show that if our governments are a little bit out of touch. This is how I feel about it anyway. Back to the space news. Asteroid Bennu, which is 175 million year orbit, according to new research now. A historic NASA mission called the OSIRIS-REx craft, which touched down a week ago, I think October 20th, on the asteroid to collect samples, which is pretty amazing, right? That means they're on it now, collecting samples, and then it's going to come back. The craft is going to return in 2023. Pretty amazing stuff. It means we get to have a look at what's going on. They're saying that they're looking at the size of the craters and the distance between the craters to get an idea of how long it's been out there. Don't know how they're going to do that, or how that tells them what they need to know, but that's what they're looking for. They're looking at they're trying to gauge the size and length of the craters so as to guess its age to see how long it is, and also to see what kind of materials it's made of, so they can bring that stuff back. Because who knows where that asteroid is being, right? Who knows where it's being? It's crazy. It's pretty amazing. It's amazing stuff. Like, it's the size of the Empire State Building. This asteroid, and there's a 1 in 2,700 chance that it'll impact the Earth, and it's only 200. It's only 200 million miles away. That's not far, man.
A 1 in what chance?
A 1 in 2,700 chance.
But that's like, they're pretty good odds.
They're pretty good odds.
Really
That's what I was thinking. Like, they're pretty damn good odds. Like, for an Empire State like size asteroid that's floating around out there, you know.
Bloody hell! And what? Like, I know it's the size of the Empire State Building, but it's still pretty mind-boggling that we send something out there and
it landed on it.
And then land on it. Like,
I know.
How in the heck?
Yeah. What do you mean? Well, it's that thing again, right? Of like, how the heck did we do that? It's kind of like, they've known how to, I feel like they've had the tech and they've known how to do this for a long time, and they're just bringing it out now going, ooh, look what we've just done. Do you know what I mean?
Is it like a galactic hole-in-one? Like, is it like you hit the ball and it like goes in the hole in one shot? Like,
it's almost like a galactic hole-in-one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, they're getting pretty good at it. It's not the first time, but I did see a photo of the thing that sort of hit the ground and pushed up a puff of dirt and collected some of it, and it looked like they were saying it was a bit open, and some of the sample it took was bleeding out of the thing. So it'd be a bummer if in 3 years' time we get it back and there's like fuck all of it left or something. I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy stuff.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Any other news there, Jimbo? What's going on your end?
Well, if you want to give me another go here, I'm going to tell you about something that's going to make you feel a lot better than my last bit of news.
What's that then?
This is a bit of research from the same bloke, Peter Brannon, there in the States, and he must be feeling it.
You like Peter, don't you?
I do. I've just met him. I just come across him actually, but he's been really feeling the pain this week because he had a look at what was going on 66 million years ago. And they reckon there was a 14-kilometre long Mount Everest-sized asteroid.
Oh yeah. I was reading about that. Yeah. That's a beast of That's a beast of an asteroid, like a Mount Everest size. Like, imagine that, lads. Go on.
That's amazing. And they're saying that actually hit the Earth 66 million years ago, but as it came down through the atmosphere, which barely touched it because it was so big, the pressure it caused, the air pressure onto the Earth, meant that it made a huge crater even before, the instant before it hit the Earth.
Yeah.
But then it hit the Earth with the force of 110 million tons of TNT. That just sounds like a lot, and flung huge chunks of Earth back into space, and it killed virtually all the species on Earth.
Yeah, just pretty much leveled everything and every species. Yeah.
It totally leveled everything, right? So 66 million years ago, which in the cosmic scheme of things again isn't a massive number. We're talking about billions of years in terms of the solar system and the universe even more. And so it killed virtually everything on Earth. Oddly, that paved the way for the emergence of the human species. So obviously everything that had to happen before we arrived.
Yeah.
Kind of linked that way. But his mate Mark Richards said that if we were here when it happened, it would have been like being bombarded with rocks falling from a boiling sky. So kind of brings up images of some of the films, the sort of apocalyptic films you've seen and whatever.
Yeah.
But fast forward to 2068. So what's that? That's 48 years into the future, and they're looking at this asteroid Apophis, which it's much smaller. It's 300 meters in size, so it's not unlikely to wipe everything out, but it will be visible to the naked eye, they reckon, on April the 13th.
That's right. Yeah. We'll be able to see it like without gear, like astronomy gear.
Just to the naked eye. So in 9 years' time, a little less, because it's in April the 13th. They're being very accurate about that, which is.
They are. I know. That's what I was wondering. How are they getting that so accurate? Like, again, we've got the technology, but we should have made the 9 o'clock news, but it didn't.
When's it showing up, Mark? He's like, April 13th, give or take.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate. That's pretty, well, they obviously have like computer models that are running that shit, right? So.
I think he's using a calculator and a pen and a compass. But anyway, he's worked it out. And the trippy thing is, he reckons it's going to fly within the belt of the communication satellite.
Yeah, so that's close. That's pretty much like right outside the door.
Yeah, that's right outside the door. So the low Earth orbit satellites are within 6,000 kilometers. So that's not very high up. Like, you know what I mean? And then the mid Earth ones, the GPS, they're about 20,000 kilometers away. And there's a few other geostationary ones a bit further out, but it's gonna fly within those. So I think by the time Elon Musk puts up his there'll be thousands more satellites up there, and I think there's a good chance of some serious cosmic pinball at that stage.
Yeah, big time. And we might even see some explosions. Like,
I mean, that'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy. Well, so when is that? 2068? Did you say?
Yeah, 2068. So the way they're working it out as well is they reckon that this thing, initially they thought it wasn't on.
I'll be in my 80s.
And then they did this. They said, well, actually, do you know what's happening is it's undergoing Yarkovsky acceleration.
Go on, what's that?
Yeah, I just paused there so you'd ask me, right? So all asteroids, as they come into our solar system and start absorbing light from the sun, they have to re-radiate that heat, that energy as heat, right? So as they do that, it gives them a bit of acceleration and kicks them off their orbit slightly.
Gotcha.
So they reckon that that can change their orbit. So the sun sort of eats them up and they change orbit, basically. So that's what's going on with this one. And there's this fella called David Faranosia. He's working at the Jet Propulsion Lab. I don't know where that is, but he's doing some calculations. Yeah. And let's just hope he's wrong about 2068.
Let's hope he's wrong. Yeah, otherwise it's going to be a very hairy time, isn't it?
I think people should help him out as well, because I don't really know. I don't know David's credentials, but if there's just one bloke there checking the calculations, I think someone should help him out and just double check. Yeah, so that's potentially a big deal, and I'm hoping to be alive then. So
yeah, we'll be in our 80s, man. We'll be in our 80s.
Please publish your work soon so we can critique it. Yeah, we'll be in our 80s. Maybe we'll be ready for it then.
Yeah.
Be sitting there with a pina colada on a deck chair waiting for the fireworks to start,
Good stuff.
Yeah, so that's like two bits of really heartwarming and
humbling
news worth looking forward to from me. So I really want to apologise for those straight up front. But back to you, man. Make us feel good again.
Well, what have I got? So soon to be revealed, hidden galaxies in our early universe. Hubble telescope. We're always pumping up Hubble here on Galactic News. Love Hubble. Thank you so much, Hubble, for all the shit and all the stuff that you've shown us. But Hubble simply doesn't see far enough into the infrared spectrum for us to see the earliest signs of galaxies in the early universe. In order to see those, we have to be able to see further into the infrared. Jimmy, what is the infrared spectrum as a matter of interest?
Well, infrared is an electromagnetic radiation wave. It's just outside the visible spectrum.
Yeah.
We can't see it, but it's thermal energy, it's heat energy. So you can measure it off the sun or off distant stars and galaxies, or off fire, for example. So anything that's warm emits infrared radiation. Yeah,
brilliant. Cool. So that's what infrared is, right? So Hubble doesn't see far enough into infrared wavelengths, but the new James Webb Telescope, which we've been waiting on like forever, and granted, I know that they want to get it right, and I would much rather that they got it right rather than bringing it out kind of 3/4 of the way done and rushed it out. We're hoping to have it out in 2021, but this is going to enable us to see further into the universe, back into the universe than we've ever seen, right? So I'm really, really excited about this, to see how many galaxies and quasars and all that stuff that's back there. It's just going to be such a cool thing. Imagine some of the photographs that's going to be able to bring out as well. Is quite exciting as well. So we'll be able to reveal a host of hidden galaxies, and the more distant the galaxy is, the more its light has been stretched by the long wavelengths, by the expansion of the universe. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah,
like
got it, yeah.
the more its light has been stretched, the longer the wavelength by the expansion of the universe that it appears. Do you know? Does that? Yeah, I think I got that right.
You can tell it's moving away first or towards us kind of buzz.
Yeah. So it's gonna be pretty amazing that we can even see that. So James Webb, really looking forward to that, and that's how we're gonna be able to see the earliest galaxies. So there you go.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
When's it coming? When's James Webb coming?
2021 they say. Now that's vague. It could be any time 2021.
Oh, that's cool. I was looking at the Hubble as well and trying to work out how high up it is. Like it's much lower than a lot of those satellites we were talking about that is in low Earth orbit.
Hubble is?
Closer. So, yeah, it's about 540 kilometers above us.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, so it's not much. It's like the length of Ireland, really. Well,
Yeah. So like, is James Webb gonna be like out there, or where's it gonna go?
Yeah. Where's what gonna go?
James Webb.
Oh, out there, way out past outside the atmosphere. So it's going to be launched into space, and I don't know exactly how many kilometers. Let's have a look at that up.
Yeah, you can see some of these stars flying past us here, guys. Yeah, so what I've got here is a program called Space Engine. All right, so we usually put this up on a projector screen. Well, I've just done that. But what we do is we do indoor space presentations, yeah? So you can see the arm of the Milky Way here, yeah? All of these dots and points of light are all stars. I'm sure you know that, right? But each one of these stars has planets revolving around them. At least one, if not several. So there's a lot of stars out there, and you can see these stars flying past. Now we're reversing out of the center of the galaxy at a phenomenal speed. We're traveling at like 8 light years a second here, right? So you think that all these stars are so close together because of the fact that we're flying at 8 light years a second, right? But there's vast distances between all these stars. But even the distance between that star and that star there is probably like 5 light years, 6 light years. You know what I mean? There's a lot. And remember, 1 light year is 5.88 trillion miles, which is the distance that light travels in 1 year. All right, so that's 1 light year. So even at light speed, to get to 3 light years, it's going to take you like do the maths, a long time. So yeah, there you have it. This is what we're using.
I found out about James Webb.
Say that again.
So, I found out about James Webb.
Yeah, go on.
What did we say? 570 kilometers above us.
Yeah.
The moon, 385,000 kilometers, and then Hubble, Webb is going to be 1.5 million kilometers out. So,
1.5 million kilometers out.
Yeah, so more than, like, what is it, 412, more than 3 times the distance from here to the moon away from us, yeah, 1.5 million.
Right, and they're just going to float that out there?
Yeah, they're going to send it out there. Once it's out of orbit, they're just going to, it wouldn't take much to move it and get it out.
Yeah, no, but how do they stop it?
Yeah, so you can find animations of how they're going to do it and get it out there and all of that stuff.
No, but how are they going to stop it once it's moving, though?
Oh, they just got little jets, because like it'd be
like just reverse jets.
Just jets, and put it into a stable orbit that far out. So I think they have a good bit of experience doing things like that with different probes and whatnot. I think. Well, I don't know. Have to look into that one.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. I think that's pretty much it for the news. But one thing I did, fist bump, yeah. Fist bump. One thing I did want to say though is we are probably going to try and do kind of bespoke galactic tours for one household only. All right, this is a new concept that I was going, because that's actually within the guidelines. You can meet up with one household, as long as it's not in their house or in their garden. So we are actually thinking on doing bespoke stargazing tours within our 5K. Maybe Kleiny Beach or in some park somewhere where there's no lights. Even with a city view, you can still see some amazing stuff, especially over the next few weeks with Orion and Pleiades and stuff around. So if you're interested and you want to do a stargazing tour with your household or your own bubble, now it has to be only one household, can't be any more than that. So that might be 2 people, it might be 3 people, it might be a mum and dad and 2 kids. But we're only doing stargazing tours for one household, yeah. So we're doing basically bespoke stargazing tours for one household only. If you're interested, send us a message and we'll see if we can run something there for you. What do you reckon of that?
Yeah, good idea, man.
Yeah.
Private shows, why not? Like, we'll flex with the rules. We'll stick to the rules, and
We'll
do
stick
what
to
we
the rules.
do.
All our
We'll
equipment
yeah,
will be
why
clean. We'll
not?
wear face masks, all that stuff. So yeah, let us know if you're interested. There's loads of stuff to see around the moment. Jupiter and Saturn are still there. Through the scope, they are amazing. You can see the moons of Jupiter. You can even see the bands of Jupiter. You can make them out. You see the rings of Saturn so clearly. Pleiades is around. Mars looks amazing right now. Mars is so close to us. As close as it's been in 15 years. It's like a red ruby in the sky. It looks absolutely amazing. Pleiades is absolutely stunning through 25 by 100 binoculars. Looks incredible. We've got the double cluster in Perseus. We've got the globulars are still around. We've even got actually a beehive cluster now is back around again in Gemini. So there's loads of amazing stuff to see, guys. Anything else, Jimmy, that I'm forgetting there?
No, that's good, man. Loads of planets, and then if the moon's up as well, you can.
Oh yeah, and the moon. We've got the full moon this Saturday. Isn't it? Is it Saturday? Is the full moon? A full moon on Halloween? Is that correct? Or is it Friday?
That'd be trippy. Is that for real?
Oh no! Check when is the full moon. Check it up there for me.
Make some music while I do it.
Yeah, I can't right now.
Okay, full moon date. Neil. Why can't I find it? October 31, yeah.
Oh, no way. We've got a full... And that's another thing. We've had 2 full moons this month, which is actually quite rare. 2 full moons in 1 month. Man, this year is just crazy. What we're all looking forward to now is the great conjunction of Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn on the 21st of December, bang on the winter solstice. We're definitely going to do something for that. We're definitely going to do some sort of meet-up for that one, because that's going to be special, guys. That's the one.
Yeah,
that is the one. You know, what a crazy year it's been already. Anyway, guys, listen, thanks a million for tuning in. Sorry that we missed you last week. We're going to try and get these out again now weekly. We're going to zoom Jimmy in into the galaxy as we've done tonight. And thanks a million for checking us out. If you want to check out what we're up to, check out our Facebook page at Galactic Ireland. Twitter machine, Jimmy, what are we at?
At Galactic Ireland.
At Galactic Ireland on Twitter. We're at Galactic_Ireland on Instagram, and then GalacticIreland.com is our website. So if you want to get in touch with us, don't hesitate to reach out and send us a message. Hope you're all staying safe and staying healthy, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Signing off, Jimmy. Thanks a million for joining us tonight, buddy.
Thanks for patching me in, bro. Well done on the tech.
No worries at all. Love you guys. And talk to you soon. Bye.